Then I stumbled on a guy by the name of Ed Hayes, and definitely, liked his content, and saw that he was, from the Midwest like me, honest, hardworking guy. And I just kept watching video after video after video after video. And at this point, I was really just trying to do things on my own. At the time, we were living in North Hollywood, California, which is a section of Los Angeles in the San Fernando Valley. And a lot of homes in Los Angeles are different, or I should say the market in LA or Southern California is different from different markets in or the rest of the country. And I can say this market is like no other place in the country. I don't care what anybody says. I know it because I've been here 14 years. I've lived all over the city. And so I know what it's like to really come out here and really, really try and find deals. And, you see all of these videos on YouTube, and a lot of these gurus, they make it so easy, or they make it sound so easy that you don't have to really, spend much of your cash or whatnot. And that's just really not the case. So the first thing I did was invest into some bandit signs. I think I bought maybe about 200 signs from dirtcheapsigns.com or whatever.
Dirt cheap signs.
And then I started going out at night on the weekends, Saturdays around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, putting up signs by myself. And I did that maybe for about 2 months. Didn't really get a lot of responses. I got a lot of calls from other wholesalers, but not really a lot of responses as far as any active buyers. Because out here in LA, I mean, I kid you not, literally every corner, you have about 3, 4, 5 bandit signs.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
say it's super competitive out there.
It's very competitive, and I'm a competitive person. Athlete, play basketball, football, so I know what it means to compete, and I'm not afraid to compete. And I feel like eventually things will move forward. So I'm out every weekend putting out bandit signs. Nothing's going on, and then I started watching more of your videos or whatever. And I said, I got to find another approach at this because I'm just wasting money and there's got to be another way. So I bought a list. I bought a list from ListSource. And this was a little over almost 2.5 years ago. I think I bought my first set of leads July of 2018. July of 2018. And I think I spent maybe $300 for like a list of, I don't know, maybe 100 or 200.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Man.
And I wasn't familiar with any like CRMs or anything like that.
Right.
So I spent that. I think I spent about $300 on ListSource, and then I spent maybe another $300-400 just to skip trace those leads. And I was calling North Hollywood area, not really getting a lot of traction. I did run into a guy who said that the house was just sold. I gave him a cash offer, I think of like $300,000, and $300,000 here in the Midwest, that would be equivalent to like $10,000 to $20,000 in other markets. So that's a low ball. The house was worth like $700,000, and the house had termites in there. It was a vacant, high equity property, and the house had termites in there. And the guy was living in Vegas as a magician. He was living in Vegas as a magician.
That's
and
interesting.
He had rented the house out to a friend, and the friends apparently got it screwed up or whatever, and termites came through, and he had to sell the house. So what happened was, I was basically maybe about a few weeks too late. He said, "Man, this is a great offer, man. I would definitely accept your offer for 320, but it's already sold." So
petty.
yeah, it's already sold. And I had called maybe about 200 people, and I was just hand dialing. I was just hand dialing, calling the people, and I got a little discouraged, but at the same time, that still kind of motivated me, because I'm like, wow, if this guy had not have sold the property already, he would have sold it to me.
Right.
So I went ahead and bought some more leads on my credit card. And then I started going through, I started targeting, South Central areas and things of that nature. And then came across another lady. Now we're talking about maybe September. And this is, fast forward, I take that back. This is September of 2019. Now we're on September of 2019. And
Right.
so came across a lady. It was a probate situation, and her mother had died, and the probate, the house had been in probate for, I think, about 5 months or something like that. And called her the first time. She said she was at dinner, but called me back, and called her back the next day. Went out to the house. The house was definitely in a super rough condition. The garage was messed up. Living room was messed up. I guess there had been maybe a bunch of people living there or whatever. And the lady lived in San Bernardino, the Inland Empire, and she just wanted to get rid of the house. Her mom had, passed away or whatever. So I had offered her $350,000 for the property. The property was worth like $600,000, and I offered her $350 for it. And long story short, I didn't follow up with the lady. I had came back there one other time. She told me that she had some potential people that were going to purchase, but she hadn't made a decision yet. And so me just really not knowing this game and not knowing that you really have to follow up with people, I let it go by. And next thing I know, the house was sold. And the thing about this house, well, the cash buyer that actually bought it was on my cash buyers list.
Oh yeah, I think you told me that too. I think you told me that situation, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. The house was actually on the cash buyers list, on my cash buyers list. I had reached out to this guy, I think maybe around November, and we started linking up, I think, in October, around October. And so I remember what you told me. You said just start, working backwards, reverse engineer, start contacting cash buyers first to see what their criteria is, and then go out and hunt for inventory. And so start calling cash buyers. At the time, I'm still hand dialing, no CRM, and ran into the guy. He does a lot of fix and flips in the area. And long story short, I was so discouraged. He ended up buying the house for actually $325, and ended up taking over the property. He put it on the MLS back in February, and I think he sold the house for like $700,000. Sold the house for like $700,000.
That's major.
Yeah. But I ended up following up with the lady in December, and she said the house had already been sold. And that's how I found out that the cash buyer that I had initially talked to ended up buying the property.
Right.
Yeah.
So it seems like at the beginning of the journey, there was a ton of experiences. It's almost like the universe was constantly poking you, trying to tell you speed is the key. Speed is the key. Move fast. Like, you know what I mean? It was in like different situations that was kind of causing you to maybe miss out, especially out there in that Cali market. For real. So
California, one thing I've learned is you have to be quick because you have a ton of investors going at the same amount of people. And if you're not quick enough or you don't respond quick enough, you're going to lose the deal.